Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku was the reincarnation of Rascal from Glitter Force movie. Before we start, please go support Wixter12 for writing that awesome fanfic. After Nogo's defeat, Rascal's soul is sent to another universe where he is reincarnated as a young boy who desires to become a hero. Will Rascal find redemption in this new world? Chapter 1: Rebirth of a Joker. It had been months since the Glitter Force defeated Emperor Nogo, and Rascal drifted through the void for what seemed like an eternity. Rascal, sigh, maybe it was better that the Glitter Force defeated Nogo. I failed him just as much as the rest of the commanders. If I would have been given the chance to redeem myself, I'd take it. What if I said that you can? Rascal looked and saw me floating in front of him. Rascal, who are you? My name is Wykus, and I'm somewhat of a multiversal guardian. I can give you the chance to redeem yourself, but in a new life. So what do you say? Rascal, thank you, sir, I'd be happy for this chance. Then all I can say is good luck and I hope to see you again. Rascal's body faded and he vanished. Rascal opened his eyes and found himself in the arms of a green-haired woman. So this is my mother, she looks beautiful. Inko, hi there, your name shall be Izuku, and I love you so much. Izuku, so that's my name. I wonder what this world will have in store. As Izuku grew older, he learned that he lives in a superhuman society where 80% of humanity has superpowers called quirks. He tested to see if he still had his powers from his last life, and he did. However, since he was young, he needed to learn how to use them. He did so in secret to not arouse suspicion. We now go to a 3-year-old Izuku trying to make a red buffoon nose. Izuku has Rascal's red, blue, yellow, and violet hair. Izuku, alright, almost there. This is much harder when you're a kid. Izuku focused his energy into his hands and managed to make a red nose. Izuku finally. Inko, Izuku, how did you do that? Izuku turned around and saw Inko in shock. Izuku, I think my quirk manifested. Izuku was sweating, prying for Inko to believe him. Inko, well honey, why didn't you tell me? We gotta take you to the quirk doctor to see what it is. Izuku sighed in relief, but he knew that if they tested for a quirk it won't show it as a quirk. While driving there, Izuku tied the buffoon noses to his hair to appear as baubles. After the test, it was revealed that Izuku was indeed quirkless, but what surprised them was that during the blood test his blood acted differently, but they paid no mind to it. When they returned, Inko looked at her son expecting an answer. Izuku, who knew that it was pointless to hide anything from his mother, told her the truth about how he is actually the reincarnation of Rascal and that his powers are magic. Inko was disappointed that Izuku lied to her, but was happy that Izuku trusted her enough to keep his secret. Izuku decided to pretend to have a quirk by calling it Dark Jester. He also decided that when he becomes a hero he would use the name from his previous life as his hero name. Over the years, Izuku managed to relearn everything and was ready to show the world what he could do. Izuku, today's my final day of middle school, and in 10 months, my road to redemption begins. And that is all for today, and seeing us off is our main character himself. Izuku came in. Izuku, it's been a pleasure having you here, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye. Chapter 2: Rascal's Powers and Abilities. This is just a rundown of what Rascal can do so you can get an idea of how he fights. Rascal is an extremely talented and powerful fighter who is skilled in swordplay. He is also the creator of the blue noses, big red noses, yellow noses, and black noses. In addition to leading 3 commanders, he uses playing cards to ensnare victims, block attacks, and turn his opponent's energy against them. He is also able to turn 5 colored cards into the Glitter Shadow Force. Finally, when he sacrifices himself by letting Nogo absorb him, he makes Nogo far more powerful than he once was. Teleportation, card drill, attack absorption, swordsmanship and sword manifestation, magic cards, buffoon nose creation and manifestation, red nose, normal buffoons with relatively powerful attacks, blue nose, more powerful than red nose buffoon and strong against individual attacks, yellow nose, more powerful than blue nose buffoon and can disguise themselves as normal objects, Big red nose creates a super powerful and hard to control buffoon. Black nose creates the Twilight buffoon, which can be controlled directly by the summoner. That's all for now. I'll see you all next time for Izuku's first encounter with All Might. Chapter 3: End of Middle School, Meeting All Might and a Cute Vampire. Izuku was sitting in his seat when the teacher came in. Teacher, alright everyone, time to fill out these career papers. Everyone. Izuku groans. Teacher, but who cares, I know you all want to be heroes. Everyone started using their quirks. Teacher, alright, you all have impressive quirks, but you're still in school. Bakugo, no need to put me in the same description as these losers, they'll probably wind up with some D-list heroes. Everyone started to get angry at Bakugo. Teacher, I see you have applied for Yui Bakugo, and so have you Izuku. Everyone was shocked to hear Izuku applied since he always dances around and intimidates bullies. Izuku, of course I would, after all, it would be a chance for me to fulfill my dream. An explosion went off. Bakugo, as if you could do anything, you damn clown. Teacher, Bakugo, no using your quirk in class, you could hurt someone. Izuku, don't worry sensei. The dust clears and saw a mirror in Izuku's hand. Izuku, I'm completely fine, plus it's impossible to land a hit on me. The bell rang and everyone left. Bakugo, you damn clown, you think you're better than me. Izuku, not at all Kaken. Izuku vanished. Izuku, but then again you haven't fought me before. Izuku goes to Bakugo's ear. Izuku, you think you're stronger than everyone, what a foolish delusion. Bakugo spins around and tries to hit Izuku, but he vanished. Izuku, but I will say bye-bye. Izuku walks out thinking to himself. Izuku, mind, ever since he got his quirk everyone's just been feeding his ego. But I'll knock him off his high horse, and then he'll see just how outmatched he is compared to real heroes. Izuku was walking through the tunnel when a villain burst through a manhole. Sludge villain, hey kid, give me your body. Izuku dodged out of the way and summoned a red nose. Izuku, sorry my slimy friend, but you're not getting anything, now buffoon, come on out. Soda buffoon, buffoon. All Might came out and saw the scuffle. Izuku, now buffoon, attack. The buffoon opened his mouth and spat out soda that seemed to burn and dissolve the villain's sludge. Sludge villain, ow, this soda burns, I'm melting, melting, oh what a world, what a world. Izuku then scoops up the villain and put him in a jar. Izuku, don't think I didn't notice you, All Might. I was actually going to give him to you. All Might, well, thank you, young man, I see your friend here did well as well. Izuku, the buffoon is a creature of my creation, but doesn't have the most expansive vocabulary. Soda buffoon, buffoon. All Might, I see, well, do you have any idea which school you're going to? Izuku, Yue, and also let me help you with that injury. All Might coughed up blood and debuffed. Tashinori, how did you know? Izuku, call it a hunch, and don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Izuku puts his hand on Tashinori's injury and it healed up, and All Might buffed up. All Might, thank you, young man, what is your name? Izuku, Izuku Midoriya, I hope to see you again, sir. All Might, you as well, young Midoriya, well, I must be off now, goodbye. Izuku, stay safe, Tata. Izuku summoned the buffoon and continued home. On his way there he noticed a girl in an alley getting attacked. Jerk 1, you can't be a hero, you brat, you're just a villain, you bloodsucker. Please leave me alone. Jerk 2, not happening, sweetheart. Izuku, hey, she said to leave her alone. Jerk 1, oh yeah, well, take this. The jerk attacked Izuku with a fireball, but Izuku summoned a large ace of hearts that absorbed the attack. The card then released the attack as a powerful black and purple beam of energy that sent the two jerks away. They got up and looked at Izuku, whose eyes were glowing red and he had a creepy grin on his face. The two jerks ran away and Izuku calmed down. Izuku, are you alright, my dear? Izuku held out his hand. Yes, thank you. Izuku, so what were those jerks doing to a beautiful young lady like you? Blushed. They were trying to beat me for wanting to go to UA since I have a villainous quirk. Izuku, what is your name, miss? Himiko Toga. Izuku, my what a cute name for such a cute girl. Toga blushed even more. Izuku, so what is your quirk? Toga, it's transform. I can turn into anyone whose blood I drink. She covered her face waiting for Izuku to hit her, but Izuku hugged her. Izuku, you poor thing. Toga was shocked at the response, and tears streamed down her face. Izuku, where are you staying? I'll walk you home. Toga, my parents kicked me out. Izuku, all because of a quirk. TSK, they should be ashamed. Why don't you stay at my place? We have a spare room if you want. Toga, thank you. Can my friends come too? They don't have anywhere to go, and I didn't get your name. Izuku Midoriya, and yes, your friends can come. Why don't you go tell them and I'll wait by my house? Here's the address. Izuku gave Toga a piece of paper with his address, and she ran off to tell her friends. Izuku returned home and informed Inko about Himiko and her friends. She agreed to let them live there, and this made Izuku very happy. The next day, Himiko and a black-haired boy with scars and a middle-aged man wearing a paper bag came over. They introduced themselves as Dabi and Jean Babaigawara. Izuku was able to tell that Jean suffered from DID and that Dabi had black hair dye, but he decided to not tell him. As the months went by, Izuku and Himiko got closer and they started dating. And that is all for today. You obviously noticed this story's ship and how it will proceed, but until next time, see ya. Izuku, I also hope you all have a great day. Bye bye. Chapter 4, Entrance Exam and First Day. Izuku and Himiko arrived at UA and were heading to the exam hall. Present Mike, hello everyone and welcome to the UA entrance exam. Can I get a yeah? Izuku, yeah, you go. Present Mike. Himiko, yeah, you are the best. Present Mike, thank you, young listeners. Now let's begin the written exam. Izuku and Himiko did the written exam and were able to correct the errors. We now go to the practical. Present Mike, okay everyone, it's now time for the practical. Present Mike then proceeds to explain all the robots, and Izuku was able to cover Ida's mouth with his cards to prevent him from interrupting Present Mike. Izuku and Himiko rushed into their respective fake cities. Izuku used his athletic skills and cards to fight against the robots with ease. Izuku, that should be enough, let's check on the rest of the participants. Izuku teleports to the roof of a building where a camera was facing him. We now go to the observation room. Vlad King, what is he doing? Is he relaxing? Aizawa, no, I believe he thinks that he already has enough points. Nizu, check his score. Nizu, okay. Sips tea. Nizu checks Izuku's score and spits out his tea. Nizu, 239 villain points and 103 rescue points? Aizawa, what's his quirk? Nizu, let's see. Izuku Midoriya, age 14, quirk, Dark Jester. Almight, young Midoriya. Present Mike, you know him, Almight? Almight, I already told you about him, he's the one that healed my injury 10 months ago. Everyone, what? Aizawa, I want him in my class. Nizu, he already is, I think it's time to release the 0-pointer. Nizu presses the big red button. We now go back to Izuku. Izuku is relaxing until he felt the ground shack. He opens one of his eyes and sees some of the participants running away. Izuku, and they're supposed to be future heroes. Then Izuku heard Himiko scream. Izuku, Himi. Izuku then teleported to the 0-pointer and created the card drill. Izuku, so I bid you a fond farewell, 0-pointer. Laugh. Izuku charged at the robot and drilled through its head, destroying it. He then landed next to Himiko, offering her his hand. Izuku, you okay, my dear vampire? Himiko, yes, my sweet joker. Himiko grabbed Izuku's hand and heard the buzzer go off. Present Mike, and that is the end of the exam. A letter will arrive to give you your score along with a package with your uniform for if you get in. Izuku, let's head home, my dear. Izuku snapped his fingers and teleported to his house. Izuku and Himiko got their letters and were accepted into UA Class 1A. Izuku, mind this is it, my first step to redemption. If the Glitter Force were here, they'd seriously tease me for doing this. But I wouldn't mind. I enjoy this new life, and if I meet them again, I hope we can put the past behind us. Izuku headed to the class and looked at the door. Izuku, mine looks like Brute wouldn't have a hard time getting in. Well, let's see who my classmates are. Izuku opened the door and mentally groaned at seeing Bakugo. Izuku, mine of course. Oh well, it will be nice to finally put him in his place. Hee, I'm going to enjoy this. Bakugo, damn clown, what are you doing here? Izuku, isn't it obvious? I'm here to be a hero, and you're not going to stop me? Himiko, Aizu, I saved you a seat. Izuku, why thank you, my lady. Izuku sits down. Aizawa, alright everyone, settle down. I'm Shota Aizawa, hero name Eraserhead. Now everyone introduce yourself. Everyone introduced themselves, and finally, it was Izuku and Himiko's turn. Izuku, I'm Izuku Midoriya, and my quirk is Dark. Jester explains his quirk. I hope we can be good friends. Himiko, my name is Himiko Toga. My quirk is Transform, explains her quirk. Bakugo, so you're a villain about to send a blast, but his attack is blocked by a card. Izuku, I'd be careful if I were you, Kaken. Bakugo looked at Izuku as if he was doing a card trick and had an irritated expression. Izuku, you try and hurt my Hime, and even Recovery Girl won't be able to heal you. Izuku gave a creepy grin as his eyes glowed red while a purple aura surrounded him. This made the class understand that he wouldn't allow anyone to hurt his girlfriend. Bakugo, TCH. Izuku, good, now sensei, we're done. Aizawa, alright everyone, put these on and meet me outside. Everyone grabbed their sais and headed to the changing rooms. And that will be all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this story, and that you continue to support me with views and votes. Till then, see ya. Take it away, Izuku. Izuku, it was a pleasure entertaining you all, Tata. Chapter 5, Quirk Apprehension and Hero Training. Izuku and the other boys were in the changing room. Izuku took off his shirt, revealing only a small amount of muscle. Bakugo, ha, you don't have much muscle, not much to see. Izuku, true, but if I had any muscle I wouldn't be able to do things like this. The boys were amazed and clapped their hands. Aijiro, wow, that was amazing, Midobro. Izuku, why thank you, it is always a pleasure. They all headed outside and Aizawa passed Izuku a ball. Aizawa, okay Midoriya, you scored first, you'll go first. Bakugo, what? How did the clown score higher than me? Izuku, it's called skill, and also allow me to introduce you all to a friend of mine. Izuku pulled out a red nose and tossed it in the air. Izuku, buffoon, come on down. Buffoon, buffoon. Denki, since when can he do that? Himiko, you'd be surprised at what my Aizu can do. Izuku, now buffoon, throw this as far as you can. The buffoon took a baseball pitching pose and threw it with great force. Buffoon, buffoon. Aizawa looks at the monitor and grinned. Izuku, so sensei, did that please you? Aizawa, very much Midoriya, this is what you should strive to achieve. Aizawa shows Izuku's score, which is 1056 meters. The rest of the events goes the same as canon, with Izuku coming in first. We now go to the next day. Almight, I am here, walking through the door like a hero. Everyone, Almight. Almight, yes, today we will be doing hero training, but what is a hero without a costume? Everyone grabbed their costumes and went to change. We now go to Fake City Gamma. Almight, I must say you all look very plus ultra. Ida, sir, Midoriya isn't here. Bakugo, probably scared that he'll mess it up. Izuku, is that so? Then you don't know me at all, Kaken. Bakugo turned around and saw Izuku. He was dressed in a white and violet bodysuit, a yellow belt, a small violet cape with a red belt around the shoulders and neck, and a white half mask that made his eyes barely visible. Himiko, wow, Aizu, you look amazing. Izuku, it's just a little something I pulled together. I always enjoy Jester, so I might as well make my hero costume the outfit. Almight, well, young Midoriya, I must say you look like the kind of hero many kids would strive to become. Izuku, why thank you, sir, it is quite an honor. The teams are the same as canon, only with Himiko being paired with Jiro and Shoji. Achiko, so do you have a plan, Midoriya? Izuku, as a matter of fact I do. Kaken will most certainly go after me. While I deal with him you go for the bomb. The two entered and just as Izuku anticipated Bakugo attacked. Achiko took the opportunity to run while Izuku dealt with Bakugo. Izuku, I must say Kaken, it wasn't very smart of you to do that, you gave away your position. Bakugo, oh yeah, well let's see what you got you damn clown. Izuku, I must say, you really disappoint me. Bakugo, stop looking down on me. Izuku, you allowed yourself to get overindulged in the praise of others, and you let it feed your ego. Bakugo, damn it. Bakugo pulls the pin on his gauntlet, but Izuku was prepared. Izuku, and you easily underestimate your opponents. The blast knocked Bakugo unconscious. Izuku, and that is why you will lose. Izuku then teleported to Achiko and managed to help fend off Ida while she touched the bomb. Almight heroes win. After the match, they all headed back to the observation room where Izuku was hugged by Himiko. Himiko, I was so scared, Aizu. Izuku, it's alright my dear, I had it all under control. After they were done with the matches they all headed home. Izuku, sigh, it feels good to know that everything is turning out well, but then again, why do I have this feeling something bad will happen? I'd better be on the lookout for any potential threats. After all, what is a hero without a villain? And that wraps up this part. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Izuku, have a pleasant day everyone, bye bye. Chapter 6 USJ and UE staff meeting. Okay, I'm doing a big time skip since most of you know about the break-in and the vote for class representative, so we go to Izuku outside with Ida and Momo. Izuku, sensei, I have a bad feeling something's gonna happen. Aizawa, you too, well if things go south you are allowed to use your quirk. Izuku, thanks. The class arrived and boarded the bus. Tsu, hey Midoriya, I've been wondering, is there more than one type of those buffoons? Izuku, why yes, the one you saw at the Quirk apprehension was the red-nosed buffoon, a more common fighter. Then there is the blue-nosed buffoon. They are actually stronger than a red-nosed buffoon, and have higher durability. The yellow-nosed buffoons are much stronger, but they can also camouflage themselves as normal objects. Then there is the super buffoon, a much stronger version of a red-nosed buffoon, and it has a much larger vocabulary. Finally is the twilight buffoon, which is summoned with a black nose. This buffoon is the strongest in my arsenal since the summoner is able to take full control of it. Tsu, wow, that sounds amazing. Aizawa, alright everyone, we arrived. They exit the bus and meet 13, not long after the villains arrive. Kurogyri, hello Class 1A, we are the League of Villains, and we've come for All Might. Just as Kurogyri was about to capture the heroes, Izuku pulled out a big red nose. Izuku, I don't think so, Super Buffoon, come on down. Yes, I know that the object that needs to be transformed has to be present, but this is the best I could do since there wasn't a fan buffoon. Plus imagine that there is an abandoned carnival zone for search and rescue missions. Buffoon, Super Buffoon. Villains, what the heck is that? Buffoon, Super inhaled BLOW. The Super Buffoon blew a strong blast of wind that increased speed with its rotations like a giant fan that blew the mist away. Izuku, that'll keep him from escaping. Now to help Sensei. Izuku teleported to Aizawa, who was being attacked by the Nomu. Izuku, not on my watch. Izuku threw some cards and they pierced into the Nomu's arm, making it scream in pain. Izuku, if you think I'm going to let you kill my sensei, think again. Izuku pulls out a blank book and a tube of black paint. Izuku, now let's see how motivated your allies will be once I plunge them into despair. Izuku crushes the paint tube, covering his hand in black paint. Izuku, and what follows will be an unhappy ending for the villains. Izuku then smears the blank page with the paint, and then a dark zone appeared. Before everyone's eyes, a dark aura surrounded all the still conscious villains, and they appeared to act gloomy. Random villains, Who am I kidding? I'll just get arrested / I don't even get paid for this. Shigaraki, what did you do, you creepy clown? Izuku, now that's a new one, and to answer your question, I created a dark zone. Anyone I desire who gets trapped in it will fall into deep despair. The only reason I wanted you still aware is so I can deal with your monster. The Nomu then slapped Izuku away. Shigaraki, good luck. The Nomu has shock absorption and regeneration. As the smoke cleared, Izuku was revealed unharmed, standing on one finger and a small crater where he landed. Izuku, thanks for that, but I won't be fighting. Izuku pulls the blue bauble off his hair. Izuku, normally I'd summon a red-nosed buffoon, but since you're stronger, a blue nose should do it. Buffoon, appear. Jack-in-the-box buffoon, buffoon! Izuku, you deal with the monster, I'll deal with Mr. Handy. The buffoon nodded and started attacking the Nomu, while Izuku fought Shigaraki. Izuku was able to knock Shigaraki unconscious and buffoon defeated Nomu. Izuku, well, that was quite the workout, but I think that's enough for today. The heroes arrived and arrested all the villains. Just as they were about to take Kurogiri away, Izuku walked up with a translucent purple ball. Aizawa, problem child, what are you doing, and what is that? Izuku, this is the dream ball, and I'm helping a trapped soul. Izuku held out the dream ball and it sucked Kurogiri in. A few seconds later, a cyan-haired man came out, and Aizawa's eyes widened. Aizawa Oboro? Izuku, I could sense that he was trying to break free for a while now. I figured you two should be together again. Aizawa, thank you. The next day, the UA staff were having a meeting along with Endeavor, Mirko, Sir Naitai, and Gran Torino. Cementos, the League making their appearance is very worrying, and I fear their leader is still about. Vlad King, this is indeed bad, but how did they know that Class 1A was going to the USJ? Giggle, why, the answer is quite simple, Mr. Vlad King. Midnight, huh, who said that? Aizawa, Sai, you can come out, problem child. Right before everyone's eyes, a swarm of cards formed, and when the cards dispersed, Izuku was standing there in his hero's suit. Endeavor, who invited the kid here? This is a serious meeting. Izuku, no one, but I'm sure it was an oversight. Almight, young Midoriya, what do you mean? The answer is quite simple. Izuku, ask yourselves this, how could a bunch of journalists break into UA? Nizu, someone used them as a distraction, to infiltrate the records room, and Tamura Shigaraki had the quirk to do it. Izuku, precisely, but how did he know what event the class will have? The answer to that question is he was informed ahead of time. Present Mike, are you saying there's a mole in UA? Izuku, specifically in my class. Endeavor, and what makes us think you aren't the mole? Izuku, what would I have to gain from it? I have no real grudge against the heroes or UA. Nizu, he has a point, and besides, he saved Aizawa and the class. If he was the mole, he would have left them to the villains. Izuku, why thank you, Principal Nizu. Nizu, not at all, and you mind coming to my office? I want to talk to you for a bit. Izuku, not at all, I would be glad to join, but I must get back to my class. Till then, Tata. Izuku teleported out, leaving the heroes stunned. Gran Torino, mind, so that's the kid that healed Tashinori. I might take him on an internship. Mirko, mind, he seems strong. I might want to spar with him. Sir Naitai, mind, so he's the boy from my vision. He may be able to help save her. And that is all for now. What do you think Nizu and the staff will discover in their meeting with Izuku? See you next time. Izuku, have a lovely day, everyone. Chapter 7, Truth Revealed in Dorms. Izuku entered Nizu's office where the rest of the staff and Detective Tsukachi were waiting for him. Nizu, I know you care about the class, but… Izuku, there can be no secrets to ensure our safety. I understand, I'll tell you everything. Izuku sat down and explained his past, how he used to be an evil jester named Rascal and how he desired to redeem himself. The staff was shocked at this revelation but could tell that he was genuine about his redemption. They agreed to keep this a secret until Izuku feels comfortable telling the rest of the class. Izuku, if I'm aware, the Udata Sports Festival is in 2 weeks. Nizu, correct, and as a safety precaution we're installing a dorm system to keep everyone safe. Izuku, how is interrogating Shigaraki going? Tsukachi, not well, he's a tough one, he keeps talking about his master destroying the old society and rebuilding it. Izuku, that is troublesome. As for the mole, I have my suspicions, but I want to make sure before I do something irrational. Nizu, good idea, you may leave now. Izuku, thank you, sir. Vlad King, can we really trust him? He did save his class and Aizawa, but… Nizu, don't worry, Tsukachi's quirk is a lie detector, and everything he said was the truth, we can trust him. Also, considering how powerful he was in his past life, we're lucky he decided to become a hero instead of a villain, because if he didn't, we would be in big trouble. We now go to the next day when Aizawa arrives. Aizawa, good morning everyone. Ida, sir, shouldn't you be resting? Aizawa, my well-being is none of your concern. Now in 2 weeks we will be having the Yui Sports Festival, so you'll have the next 2 weeks off to train. Also, as a safety precaution, Nisa has issued a dorm system, so tomorrow you will bring your belongings here so you can get settled in. After class, they all returned home to pack. We now go to the Midoriya residence. Dabi, hey Izuku. Izuku, yes Dabi. Dabi, I know that you are having the sports festival in 2 weeks, and I need to tell you something. Dabi then proceeded to tell Izuku that his real name is Toya Todoroki, and about Endeavor's abuse. Izuku, that would explain why I haven't seen Shoto using his fire before. He must be rejecting it because he sees that half of his quirk as Endeavor's. Dabi, I want you to try and get him to use his fire. If he only uses his ice, his body could freeze solid. Izuku, don't worry, and thanks to your testimony, I'm one step closer to bringing that faker down and making sure society is rid of fakes for good. Now all I need is Shoto's story and I'll have all I need. Himiko, hey Aizu, let's go, we have to set up our dorm rooms. Izuku, of course Himi, see you at the festival Dabi. Dabi, you as well. Izuku and Himiko arrived at the dorms and set up their rooms. Izuku, I have to say, it is nice to be closer to school. Plus we can see all our friends. Izuku, mind, and it gives me a better chance at finding the mole, and what he doesn't know is that I have a new toy for the villains to play with. Giggles. Himiko comes into Izuku's room. Himiko, hey Aizu, the girls are having a dorm contest, want to join? Izuku, sure, I want to see the others as well. They all looked at each other's dorms and finally was Izuku's room. Izuku, fair warning, I may have made the room's interior bigger than its exterior. They all entered and saw his room was like an entire apartment. A game room with a selection of board games, video games, and activities, a kitchen, a living room with a large HD TV, a training room with dartboards, practice dummies, and other training equipment, and his bedroom had buffoon noses, decks of playing cards and other jester and magician stuff. Mina, well, I vote for Izuku's room, all in favor. Almost all of the class voted and Izuku won. Mina, well, looks like Isekai'd wins. Bakugo, tch damn clown. I'll show him who's stronger at the festival. But that will be all for now, see you all next time for the sports festival. Also, I'm going to put this on hold for a while since the next one might be a bit long, but I'll get back to it another time, see ya. Izuku, it's always a pleasure having you, bye bye. Chapter 8, Sports Festival and the Jester's Wrath. Izuku was waiting with the other students for President Mike to introduce them. They all walked out and were greeted by the audience's cheers. Izuku, well, this is quite welcoming. I'm going to skip straight to the fights since Izuku would just teleport to the end. Also, I altered Hitoshi's quirk for this. He can still brainwash people, but he can also enter the minds and see the memories of the people he is brainwashing. Midnight, ready, and begin. Shinso, you know, you're really lucky to have such an amazing quirk. Izuku, I'm flattered. Shinso, gotcha. Shinso ends up in a hallway with plenty of doors. He opens one and sees a jester that looks like Izuku bowing to a giant clown with a purple flaming head. Rascal, master, I'm at your service till the end. What is it that you have asked of me? Rascal, I feel the negative energy of 3 pixies. You must find them and make them my servants. Rascal, whatever you say, master. Shinso leaves the room and enters another. There the room is dark and in front of him are three little creatures. One is a silver wolf, one is a red troll, and the last one is a green witch. Then he sees Rascal step out of the shadows. Rascal, believe me, I feel your pain, your frustration. What right does anybody have to treat you like that? Wouldn't you love to switch it up and make them suffer for a change? Well, with Emperor Nogo's help you can. He'll give you all the powers you need to finally take your revenge. Just think, you won't have to suffer through a happy ending again. Giggle. A burst of dark energy erupted and the three creatures transformed. Shinso is pulled out of the room and surprised to see Izuku. Shinso, Midoriya. Izuku, you couldn't help yourself, I understand. Shinso, Midoriya, what was that? Izuku, what did you expect? Those are my memories, from my past life. Shinso, past life? Izuku, yes, in the past I was a villain, one who served Nogo, the Emperor of Evil. But just as he was about to win, 5 girls known as the Glitter Force and a pixie named Candy stood in his way. I gave him every last remnant of my power, but in doing so I lost my life. It was better that way since I couldn't face the consequences of my actions. Another door opens, this time revealing Rascal melting into a puddle of black paint. Izuku, I regretted all of my actions up until that point. I hoped that in death I would either be punished or given a second chance to redeem myself. Shinso, I'm sure they'd forgive you. Izuku, yeah, if they found out they would tease me about it. Shinso, ever since I was a kid I wanted to be a hero, but since I was born with this quirk I was treated like a villain. When I saw you stand up for that girl, you didn't care whether her quirk was villainous or not, you cared about her. Izuku, Hime would be happy to hear that. Shinso, I'll keep this secret, but you'll have to tell them eventually, and I'm happy you're in the hero course. Izuku, thanks Shinso, and I hope to see you get stronger. Shinso releases Izuku and announces that he forfeits the match. We now go to the cafeteria. Shoto, hey Midoriya, mind if I talk to you? Izuku, not at all, I'll see you later Hime. Himiko, see you my little Jester. Izuku follows Shoto and they stop in a private hallway. Izuku, let me guess, you plan on fighting me with only your ice. Shoto, how did you? Izuku, now's not the time to talk about it, tell me about your past, I want every detail. Shoto, still confused, told Izuku his past, while Izuku was secretly recording the conversation. Izuku, thank you for telling. Now let me tell you that this quirk is yours, not his. If you aren't going all out, then neither will I. Also, I wouldn't worry about him, I have a way of making problems disappear. Izuku summons 3 cards, a blue one with Shigaraki's head, an orange one with Bakugo's head, and a red one with Endeavor's head. He snaps his fingers and the cards are burned up in purple fire. Shoto walked away angry, still wondering how Izuku knew what he was going to talk about. We now go to Izuku and Shoto's match. Izuku was heading to the arena when he was stopped by Endeavor. Izuku, what brings the number 2 hero here? Oh, that's right, you want to see your masterpiece win this event. Endeavor, he will, and you're going to get him to use his fire. Izuku looks at Endeavor with his eyes glowing red with a sinister grin on his face. Izuku, and what gives you the right to control me? You may have power as a pro hero, but I'm my own man. Giggle, I'll get Shoto to use his flames and not for you. Endeavor creeped out, lets Izuku go, and Izuku stands at his end of the arena, while Shoto stands on the other. Midnight starts the battle. Izuku removes the red nose from his hair. Izuku, alright then, buffoon, come on down. Buffoon. Izuku, careful, breaking a mirror is 7 years of bad luck. Shoto, very funny. Just as he was about to attack the buffoon and Izuku create clones. Shoto, what the? Izuku tried to find the real one. Shoto, still furious, attacks the clones and can't find the real ones. Eventually, his body started to freeze over, but he kept attacking. Izuku, and there goes another fake, so sad. Shoto, you're trying to get me to use his flames, but it won't work. Izuku, how many times do I have to tell you? It's your quirk, not his. Now show me your true power, Shoto. Just then a powerful burst of flames destroyed all of the clones, revealing the real Izuku and buffoon. Shoto, thank you Midoriya. Izuku then smiled, and then more clones appeared and turned over a Joker card. The blast returned to Shoto, and he was knocked out of the arena. Midnight, Shoto Todoroki is out of bounds, and Izuku Midoriya moves on. Izuku carried Shoto to Recovery Girl. Before he left, Shoto spoke. Shoto, Midoriya, how did you know that I was only going to use my ice? Izuku just looked at Shoto and spoke. Izuku, Toya says hi. Izuku then left, and Shoto let out tears of joy hearing that his brother was alive. After Izuku's match with Shoto, he returned to watch the other battles. Himiko fought against Bakugo and was badly injured. We now go to Izuku in the infirmary. Recovery Girl, Bakugo, has no right to do something like this, and the heroes applaud him for this. Izuku, those heroes, know those fakes. It's one thing to cheer for someone who fights dirty, but it's another when they don't even care that the victim could die. A dark aura seeped out of Izuku, and Recovery Girl could feel the anger radiating off of him. Izuku, if the society is this corrupt, then I'll burn it down and build a new one over the burning ashes. They have no idea who they are messing with, and I think it's time I paint their future black. Izuku left, and Recovery Girl continued to heal Himiko. Recovery Girl, he was never this angry before, and now I feel like he's going to kill that brat. I'd better get things set up if he survives. We now go to Izuku, who is facing off against Bakugo. Bakugo, that villain bitch doesn't belong here, and you don't either. Fake heroes, yeah, she should be kicked out / I don't want her for my agency / she's a worthless villain. Izuku, is that so? Well then, perhaps you should leave. Time to cause some misery and despair to some fakes. Izuku then pulled out a book in black paint. Izuku, if you are going to be like this, then you shouldn't be here either. In fact, your future careers are looking a little black. The dark zone forms, and all the fake heroes start feeling despair and misery. Fake heroes, he's right. I don't deserve to be here / I hurt innocent lives, all because of their quirks / who am I to call someone a villain when they did nothing wrong? Everyone who wasn't affected by the dark zone looked at Izuku and saw a sinister grin form on his face. Izuku, and since you made me angry Bakugo, I'll give you a playmate. Izuku pulls off the yellow nose from his hair. Izuku, I'd summon a stronger buffoon to deal with you, but I want to first see how you can face off against one. A yellow nose should be fine. Buffoon appear. Buffoon, buffoon! Izuku, buffoon, deal with him. The buffoon started fighting Bakugo and was continuously beating him up. Present Mike, we have to stop this, he could kill him. Aizawa, no, Bakugo made Izuku mad by badly injuring Toga to the point where she would not have survived. This isn't just a fight for Midoriya anymore, this is payback for nearly killing his girlfriend. The buffoon stopped attacking, but Bakugo still wouldn't give up. He was still getting up and was holding his injured side. Izuku, fine, don't give up, I'll just make you suffer some more. It's high time you all meet the Twilight Buffoon. Izuku crushes another tube of black paint. Izuku, hold still. Izuku then smeared the nose and it turned black. Then the buffoon grew larger. Its skin became darker, and its spines turned violet and green, and its lips turned violet as well. Twilight Buffoon, Twilight Buffoon. The buffoon started to wrap around Bakugo and strangled him. Izuku summons the card drill. Izuku, you know the drill. Izuku, or maybe you don't, but pretty soon you will. Izuku, say goodbye Katsuki Bakugo, consider this your punishment. Laughing. Just as Izuku was about to deliver the final blow, Bakugo's eyes widened. For the first time in his life, he felt fear. He was afraid of dying. He then saw his life flash before his eyes, his friendship with Izuku, and how it ended. And then he let out tears. Just then Izuku stopped and saw them. Izuku, you regret what you did, don't you? Bakugo nodded. Izuku, sigh, fine, I'll give you another chance, but you have to prove it to me. Bakugo, I'm sorry Izuku, can we start over? Izuku, of course, Kaken. Bakugo, I forfeit. After that Izuku removed the dark zone and desummoned the buffoon. We now go to Izuku and Niza in the hallway before the award ceremony. Izuku, this is everything about Endeavor's abuse and neglect. Be ready to play it after the awards ceremony. Nizu. Nizu, I'll be ready. Izuku then heads to the award ceremony. All Might gave them their medals and then the monitor started to show footage and audio about Endeavor's actions. Izuku, this is your number 2 hero everyone, an abusive, neglectful, power-hungry faker. Everyone except the fake heroes started booing, and Endeavor rushed in and attacked Izuku. Izuku, I must say you really are a bad hero, isn't that right, Dabi? Dabi climbed onto Endeavor and pulled out a bottle of water. Dabi, nice to see you. Dabi then poured the water on his head, revealing his white hair. Toya, Dad? Endeavor's eyes widened. He tried to attack, but Izuku's attack injured him badly. Toya, I've wanted to do this for a long time. Toya then ignites his blue flames and burns Endeavor so badly that he would have the same amount of, if not even more scars than Toya. Toya, that feels better. Shoto, Toya? Toya, hey little bro, come here. Shoto ran into Toya's arms and hugged him tightly. Shoto, I miss you so much. Toya, me too. Nizu, Endeavor, you're fired and under arrest. The security took Endeavor away and Himiko hugged Izuku. Shoto, Midoriya, thank you for this. Izuku, no problem, Shoto. Izuku then smiled and left with Himiko. And that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this part. Also sorry if I skipped anything. It's getting late and I almost have to go to bed, but until then, see you next time. Izuku, I hope to see you all again. You've been a wonderful audience. Chapter 9, Internship, a duel with the hero killer and old friends. Izuku was with the class waiting for Aizawa to arrive. Aizawa, morning everyone. Class 1A, morning Mr. Aizawa. Aizawa, now, the point of the sports festival was so heroes can see what you're capable of and send you an internship. Now today you will be choosing your hero names, but I won't be helping you with it. Midnight, that would be me. Everyone went ahead and made their hero names. Bakugo went with the explosion hero, Dynamite. And finally, it was Izuku's and Himiko's turn. Himiko, I'll be the blood transformation hero, Blood Witch. Everyone cheered. Midnight, I like it, and lastly is Izuku Midoriya. Izuku, I've had this name in mind for a few years now. He turns over the board. Izuku, the Jester hero, Rascal. Aizawa, mine, so he chose the name from his old life as his hero name. Not bad, kid. Midnight, I approve. Izuku smiled and went back to his seat. Aizawa, now, time to choose your internships. However, Midoriya, All Might, wanted to meet with you about it. Izuku, oh, but of course. Izuku headed to All Might's office. Izuku, you wanted to see me, sir. All Might, yes, my old mentor wanted to take you in for the internship. Plus you didn't get many internships since we had taken account of all the heroes that were considered fake. But we can't arrest them since it would give the villains an opportunity. Izuku, that won't be a problem. Besides, even if they wanted me, I would have just declined. Now, who is your mentor? All Might, a retired hero named Gran Torino. Here's the address. All Might gave Izuku a slip of paper and Izuku returned to his class. We now go to when Izuku arrives at Gran Torino's apartment. Izuku, I must say, when he retires he does so really well. Izuku enters and sees Gran Torino on the ground covered in what looks like blood. Izuku, nice try, but I can tell it's not blood. Gran Torino, I guess you're better than I expected. Izuku, well, shall we begin training? Gran Torino, then get ready. Izuku trained with Gran Torino by dodging and blocking all his attacks. This improved his reaction time and reflexes. Izuku and Gran Torino were on their way to Hosu to find Stain until they were attacked by Noma. Izuku, sir, allow me to give you some assistance. Buffoon, come on down. Buffoon, Buffoon! Ida, Rascal, I saw Stain heading to that alley. Izuku, thanks Ingenium. Buffoon, help the heroes. The Buffoon jumped to the other heroes and begins to fight off the Noma while Izuku headed to Stain. Izuku arrives and sees Stain fighting off a Noma while protecting 3 small creatures that Izuku instantly recognized. It was Ricky, Rufus, and Margie. Izuku then took out one of his Joker cards and threw it into a wall. Stain and the pixies turned to the card and then to Izuku. Izuku, it's been a while, my friends. The pixies jumped to Izuku and hugged him. Pixies, Rascal! Izuku, there, I'm here. Ricky, we miss you so much. Izuku, I miss you too, but right now let's deal with this behemoth. Stain, you're the kid from the sports festival. I gotta say I liked how you exposed those fakes, but mind helping me? Izuku, not at all, but first you three aren't strong enough in this world, let me help you. Rufus, I'll fight this guy from a distance. Wait, that's not right. Margie, let's do it. Izuku opened his palm and a dark purple energy emerged and was absorbed by the pixies. Suddenly they began to change. Izuku, welcome back Ulrich, Brute and Bruhal. Ulrich, haha, I forgot how good it feels to be this powerful. Bruhal, this is truly amazing. Brute, I'm going to enjoy beating this guy up for attacking us. Ulrich, yeah, let's teach this bird brain a lesson. Bruhal, while we're at it I might want to experiment with it for a bit. The trio started attacking the Nomu. Ulrich attacked it violently with his claws, Brute was hitting him with his club and Bruhal threw potions that seemed to weaken it. While Izuku turned to Stain and smiled. Izuku, you know Stain, I may have to arrest you, but I have a lot of respect for you, so let's have some fun, a duel with swords only. Stain grinned. Stain, alright kid, come at me. Izuku, giggle, I love a challenge. Izuku launches a barrage of attacks but Stain managed to dodge them. Stain and Izuku began to do close combat with each other. Stain, you know kid, you're pretty good at this. Izuku, why thank you, I have been practicing. Izuku, now let's get back at it, I'm enjoying this. Stain gladly. They charged at each other. Meanwhile news reporters are filming the entire duel. Izuku hadn't noticed it and Stain was enjoying the fight as well. Eventually Izuku managed to wear him down and Stain smiled. Stain, kid, you're the real deal, what is your name? Izuku Midoriya, but my hero name is the Jester hero, Rascal. Stain, well I wish you luck, Rascal. Stain held out his hands and Izuku cuffed him. After they left Ulrich, Brute, and Bruhal turned back into pixies. Ricky, aw man, I really like being so big. Izuku, don't worry, it was only temporary since I rushed the transfer, but you should be able to change whenever you want and back again. Rufus, so, does that mean I can be Brute and Rufus? I don't get it. Ricky, don't beat yourself up about it, Rufus. Margie, so no one knows who you were before. Izuku, only a certain few, but tell me, how are you here? Ricky, well it happened like this. Flashback. Ricky, sigh, I miss Rascal. Margie, me too. Rufus, me 10, wait that's not right. Me, well how about I send you to him? Ricky, huh, who are you? Me, my name is Wykus, and rest assured he's fine. I then explained to them about Rascal's new life and how hard he's working to redeem himself. Me, so what do you say? Pixies, yes. Flashback end. Margie, and that's how we got here. Izuku, well you three certainly came a long way, and you being here is a great thing. Rufus, by the way, do you have anything to eat? Izuku, come on back with me, I'll explain to my mentor, and I'll make you something to eat. Pixies, thanks. Izuku and the pixies return to the apartment where he explains to Gran Torino about them. Gran Torino, well they might be able to help on our next mission. I got informed from Sir Night-Eye about a raid, and he wants you to help with it. And that is all for now. Next time Izuku and the pixies meet Eri and fight Overhaul, and you might get the chance to see the former Bad End Trio in action. But until then, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Izuku, bye bye everyone. Chapter 10, Overhaul's Downfall, Eri and an Explanation. Izuku and the pixies arrived at Sir Night-Eye's agency. Sir Night-Eye, I see you arrived, Midoriya, and with some friends. Izuku, I hope you don't mind, sir. Sir Night-Eye, not at all, besides I saw your future, and they will be important for this mission. Izuku, so what is the mission? Sir Night-Eye, We have reason to believe that Kaichisaki, aka Overhaul, is creating quirk erasing bullets. I want you and Mirio to patrol the area near the base and report any strange behavior. If anything happens, you are free to use your quirks if necessary. Izuku, thank you, sir. Izuku, the pixies, and Mirio were walking down the street near the Yakuza base. Mirio, so you are actually from a different universe. Izuku, that is correct. I want to redeem myself for the terrible things I did. Now we should. Izuku felt someone grab onto his legs and he sees a silver-haired girl with a small horn hugging him. Izuku, hey, are you okay? Izuku and the pixies look at her and see the terrible state she's in. She had bandages covering her arms and legs, and she wore ragged clothes and looked malnourished. Izuku, mind so much negative energy, and just from one child, what happened to her? Izuku hugged the girl and looked into her memories, and he was downright disgusted and furious. Eri, come back here. The girl flinched and hugged Izuku tighter than before. Izuku knew what it was. He transferred what he saw to the pixies and Mirio, and they were furious. Izuku, Mirio, take her to safety, we'll deal with him. Mirio looked at them and Ricky, Rufus, and Margie turned into Ulrich, Brute, and Bruhal. And all four of them released a powerful aura of bloodlust. Ulrich, that monster doesn't deserve to live. Brute, he's nothing but a coward going after the weak. Bruhal, he'll pay for this with his life. Mirio understood and ran off to Sir Night-Eye with Eri. Eri, wait, they'll die. Mirio, don't worry about them, the Birdman is the one that should be afraid. Overhaul walked around the corner and saw the four. Overhaul, hey, have you seen my GH? Brute slammed him with his club. Overhaul, what's wrong with you? Then Overhaul looked at Izuku and started shaking as Izuku gave a creepy grin and his eyes shined red. Izuku, if you think we'll let you get away with harming a child. All four, then you are dead wrong. Twilight Buffoon/Buffoon, come on down. Ulrich, Brute, and Bruhal took out black noses while Izuku pulled out a yellow nose. Ulrich, Brute, and Bruhal all jumped into their Twilight Buffoons while Izuku got out his cards. Twilight Buffoon, Twilight Buffoon. Twilight Manga Buffoon, Twilight Buffoon. Twilight Buffoon, Twilight Buffoon. Buffoon, Buffoon. The buffoons all started to attack Overhaul. He did try to use his quirk on the buffoons, but the magic that created them protected the buffoons from any quirks that could kill them just through touch. Ulrich, you made a big mistake harming that child. Brute, yeah, even we're not that cruel. Bruhal, you think you're helping others, but you're not. Izuku, this is your end, Overhaul, and we're your punishers. The buffoon wrapped around Overhaul, who absorbed some of his lackeys and held him in place while Izuku and the trio delivered a finishing blow. And just like that, Overhaul's reign was over. The trio returned to Pixies and walked with Izuku to Eri. Izuku, hey Eri, it's okay now, the Birdman can't hurt you anymore. Eri, really? Ricky, yeah, you're safe now. Margie, come on guys, let's help comfort her. Rufus, yeah, she seems nice. The trio hugged and helped calm Eri down. Sir Night-Eye, you did well, I'm proud of you. Izuku, thanks sir, but I don't think Eri would go with anyone other than me and these three. Sir Night-Eye, very well. You may leave now. Gran Torino, tomorrow is the last day of your internship, you'd better pack up. Izuku, come on Eri. Eri, okay papa. Izuku, I feel like I'm supposed to question why, but I really can't say no. They left and Izuku, the Pixies, and Eri returned to UA and were welcomed back by the entire class. Himiko, Aizu, I'm so glad you're safe. Izuku, I'm okay Himi, plus we also have some new faces. Pixies and Eri, hi. Girls, you guys are so cute. Ricky, thanks, I'm Ricky, nice to meet you all, but this is a little embarrassing for me. Margie, he tries his best to act tough, but he is easy to fluster, I'm Margie. Rufus, well I'm not. Am I? But anyways I'm Rufus. Eri, and I'm Eri, nice to meet you. Ida, why are her arms covered in bandages? Ricky and Margie covered Eri's ears and Izuku told the class about her past. Mina, how could someone be so heartless? Izuku, it's okay, he won't be hurting anyone again. Ricky and Margie uncovered Eri's ears and Izuku put her on his lap. Himiko, well, it's nice to meet you. Eri, you too, mama? The entire class was shocked. Izuku, don't think that much about it, she called me papa, but I don't mind. I mean, would you say no to her? Class 1A, not at all. Izuku, I'll take you to my room now, my little angel. Eri, okay, papa. Izuku took Eri upstairs and the pixies stayed with her, plus they needed to sleep as well. Izuku headed downstairs and saw the entire class looking at him. Izuku, sigh, it was bound to happen eventually. Ida, Midoriya, you need to tell us the truth about yourself. Izuku, okay, you may want to sit down, this was a secret that I had to keep with my mom and all the UA staff. Izuku then proceeded to tell the entire class the truth. Izuku expected everyone to hate him, but instead, he was hugged by everyone in the class. Achiko, you went through all that, and you just wanted it to end. Aijiro, you really are manly, you came this far and you have already earned our trust. Izuku, thanks guys, now let me make you something to eat. Class 1A, alright. After that, the staff was informed about this and all agreed to let Eri stay with Izuku as well as to let Ricky, Rufus, and Margie stay with him as well. And that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this, I really hope it went well, and I'll see you next time. Izuku, farewell everyone. Chapter 11, Final Exam, The Mall and Shigaraki's Memories. Izuku and the class were waiting for Aizawa. Aizawa, morning class. As you know, the final exams are coming up and you need to be ready for it. Also, per Nizu's request, the practical part will be different. Class 1A, yes, sensei. On the day of the exams, everyone managed to do the written exam, and then came the practical. Aizawa, morning everyone. Ida, sensei, why are all the staff here, and where is Midoriya? Nizu climbs out of Aizawa's scarf. Nizu, we're here for the practical. It will be students versus teachers, but there will also be a final test, which will be all of Class 1A versus Izuku, me. The entire class went pale since they knew they would lose. Nizu, the reason why he's not taking the practical is because, well, have you seen his powers? Achiko, I guess you have a point, and it will be 20 versus 1, so we might have a chance. Izuku, glad to hear, because you'll need all the luck you have if you'll have a chance to capture me. The practical went the same as canon, only with Himiko and Katsuki as a team against Almight. Izuku, you guys ready? Aijiro, ready. Izuku, then begin. Everyone charged at Izuku. He pulled out 2 cards to block Katsuki and Ida before kicking them away. Shoto, take this. Shoto launches a combination of fire and ice. Izuku pulled out a joker, and it started absorbing the attack. The blast was intercepted by Aijiro, who was knocked unconscious. Izuku, close, but not enough, I'm afraid, giggle. Katsuki, alright, let's do it together. Katsuki, Shoto, Achiko, Denki, and Yuga all attacked at once, but the card absorbed all their attacks, and then they realized that they already lost. The attack was so powerful it knocked all the students out. Izuku, sorry about that, but luckily I was handicapped. Everyone was able to fully recover and return to their dorms. Katsuki, hey Izuku, that was a really powerful blast you did. Does that mean we got stronger? Izuku, physically yes, but you still need to improve and refine your quirks, but I can say without a doubt that you all are making great progress. Everyone was happy to hear this. Mina, hey, why don't we go to the mall? We'll need some things before we leave for the camp. Achiko, that's a great idea. Izuku, maybe we can also take Eri and the pixies, after all, they deserve some time to have fun. Margie, plus I want to see if there are any ingredients I can use in my potions. Rufus, and I've been meaning to get my club checked up on, it's starting to wear down. Ricky, I don't really want anything, but I'll tag along to see if there's anything I want. Tsu, sounds great. The next day they all arrived at the mall. Mina, this is so cool, let's get some clothes. Momo, remember we're also here for supplies. Izuku, Hime, can you watch Eri for a bit? There's something I have to do. Himiko, sure, we'll all meet back at the food court, come on Eri. Eri, okay mama. The class and pixies left. Izuku, you can come out now Shigaraki. Tamura, so you knew I was here. Izuku, and I assume your mole told you about me. Tamura, well since you're here I'll just end you now. Izuku, giggle sorry but it's not going to be like that. Izuku pulled out the dream ball and Tamura was pulled in. Tamura, where am I? Izuku, welcome to the dream ball. Izuku, a little place I made myself. Tamura, get down here you. The scene shifted to a small house, one that Tamura knew all too well. Izuku, it looks like you're still holding on to some emotional baggage. Let's take a look, shall we? Izuku then sees all of Tamura/Tenko's memories, the abuse of his father, the activation of his quirk, and the time he spent with AFO. Izuku, I see now you never let go of that past, you always wondered if things could have been different. Tenko started crying. Tenko, all I wanted was to be a hero just like Grandma, and he hated me for it. Izuku, now dry those tears. Tenko looks up and sees Izuku on a unicycle holding balloons coming to him. Izuku, there's still a chance for redemption, let me help you. Izuku holds out the balloons and Tenko takes them, and they didn't decay. Tenko, my quirk? How? Izuku, you and I are more alike than you can imagine, I helped you. Tenko smiled and they returned to the real world. Tenko, thank you Izuku. Izuku, when this is all over my family will welcome you with open arms. Tenko smiled and walked away. Tenko, by the way, the mole is and will be attacking the training camp to capture Bakugo. Izuku, and we'll be ready. Tenko left and Izuku returned to his class. Himiko, hey Aizu, that was fast. Izuku, well it didn't take that long anyway, so how was your shopping spree? Margie, I got some new ingredients for my potions. Rufus, the weapon store made my club stronger. Ricky, and I got some cool shades. Himiko, and I got some candy apples for Eri. Eri, they're really good. Izuku, I'm glad to hear, now that we have everything let's head back to the dorms and get some rest. They all left and headed back to the dorms. Izuku told the staff about his encounter with Tenko, and Almight was glad that the grandson of his master is still alive. Izuku also told them the name of the mole and their reason for doing so, and the location of both the LOV hideout and the Noma production facility which he got from Tenko's memories. That day they also planned to finally bring down AFO. But that is where I'm going to end this. Hope you all enjoyed this. Who do you think the mole is? And what will happen at the training camp? Till then, see you all next time. Izuku, I'm so looking forward to it. Goodbye for now. Chapter 12, Training Camp. Izuku and the class had arrived at the cliff. Kirishima, hey, why are we stopping here? Aizawa, you'll find out. A black limousine pulls up and Mandalay and Pixie Bob do their introductions. Izuku, the hero team that specializes in rescue missions. Pixie Bob, wow, you're a cutie, you wanna be my mate. Izuku, sorry, but I'm taken, and I don't think she approves of this. Pixie Bob looks at Himiko who is letting out bloodlust, and she backs away. Mandalay, sorry about her, she still hasn't found anyone yet. Izuku, it's alright, so when are we starting? Mandalay, right now. Pixie Bob then uses her quirk to cause a landslide and everyone went down. Mandalay, you have 3 hours to get to camp or you won't get anything to eat, also we own the entire land, so you are free to use your quirks. The class then began fighting off the earth monsters that Pixie Bob created and they were able to arrive on time. Izuku, hey Mandalay, who is that? Izuku points to a young boy. Mandalay, oh, that's my nephew Kota. His parents were killed in a villain attack. Izuku, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Mandalay, it's okay, he's hated heroes since then, but after what he saw you do at the sports festival and during your internship, he started liking them again. Izuku, well, I'm glad to hear. We now go to the hot springs. Izuku, ah, it's so relaxing. Rufus, yeah, really helps you blow off steam. Ricky, I can see why you like it, Rufus, it's really nice. Mineta, don't you guys know, there is something beautiful behind this wall? Ida, Mineta, don't do it, it is very inappropriate. Mineta, I don't care, this is what my quirk was made for. Mineta started using his balls to climb the wall only to be stopped by Kota. Kota, what do you think you're doing? Kota then knocks Mineta off and he falls into the water. Izuku, nice move there. Kota smiled and headed back inside. At dinner, Izuku brought Kota some food. Izuku, hey, I didn't see you at dinner, so I brought you some food. Kota, thanks. Hey, can I ask you a question? Izuku, sure. Kota, I know my parents died protecting all those innocent people, but I still wish that they would be here. How do I make the pain go away? Izuku, well, going from experience, the pain doesn't leave forever. You try as hard as you want, but it always comes back. The best thing is to remember the best times you had with them. It helps with the pain. Kota, thanks. Izuku, no problem. Izuku leaves and returns to the others. Over the next few days, the classes have been training. While they were doing the test of courage, Izuku and Aizawa see smoke coming from a distance. Aizawa, we're under attack. Mandalay, wait, where's Kota? Izuku, I know where he is. Brute, come with me, I might need you. Brute, you got it. Izuku, Ulrich, Bruja help the students and teachers. Both right. Ulrich, Bruja, let's show these villains just how powerful we are. Bruja, let's do it. Bruja, get ready Ulrich, this will be tough. Ulrich, and while we're at it, I'll summon a buffoon to help. Buffoon, come on down. Buffoon, buffoon. Meanwhile, with Izuku and Brute. Izuku, there he is. Brute, and that big guy's trying to kill him. Izuku, not on our watch. Izuku used his cards to block the villain's attack and he sees who it was, Muscular. Izuku, you okay, Kota? Kota, yeah, but he's the one that killed my parents. Izuku looked at Muscular with anger in his eyes. Muscular, and I'm sending you to meet them. Brute, not on my watch, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Rah! Brute towered over the villain and then batted him away with his club. Izuku, we better get back, Brute, keep him off us. Brute, no worries, I actually get to fight someone strong. Izuku and Kota teleported away and reappeared in the camp. Izuku, sensei, keep Kota safe. Aizawa, you got it. Izuku, and as an extra precaution, Super Buffoon, come on down. Buffoon, Super Buffoon. Aizawa and Kota watched as objects started to turn into blue-nosed buffoons as a sort of defense mechanism if anyone entered. Izuku, keep them safe. Izuku then headed off to help the others. Bruja and Ulrich were fighting off Spinner, Magna, Mustard, and Mr. Compress. Ulrich, if you want to get to them, you'll have to go through us. Mr. Compress, actually we already have what we want. He says as he shows a marble with Bakugo trapped inside. A warp gate appears and they entered. Ulrich, sorry Rascal, we tried but failed. Izuku, it's okay Ulrich, besides we already know where they are, and who the traitor is. Everyone's eyes widened as Izuku's grin grew large. Aizawa stepped up and put a pair of handcuffs on Yuga Aoyama. Aizawa, Yuga Aoyama, you are the traitor, however because of what we were told about your parents being threatened you will only be put on house arrest. Yuga, it's alright sensei, I deserve it after what I did. Yuga was escorted away by Vlad King. Izuku, Aizawa, mind if the four of us join you in this attack? Aizawa, not at all, besides it would be better having you with us when we take down AFO. Izuku, then we'll be ready, and I made a few alterations to the black nose. The trio knew exactly what he was talking about and grinned. Aizawa, then let's head back to UA and make preparations. They all returned to UA and Izuku couldn't wait to bring despair to AFO. Izuku, mind soon AFO, you will be defeated and with your defeat, this broken and unfair society will fall giggle laugh. And that is all for now, but be sure to stay and witness the exciting conclusion of this series, and there will be singing involved. Izuku, ooh, I love a good musical number. Then stay tuned and be ready for when we return. Izuku, I'll see you all again soon. Chapter 13, The Big Finish. Izuku, the trio, and the heroes were waiting outside the base. Izuku, everybody ready? Everyone, yeah? Izuku, what about you, Tenko? Tenko, radio all set. Izuku, then let's do this. Knock knock. Hawks, hello, I got a pizza delivery here. Almight, smash. Kamai restrains the villains and Izuku uses the dream ball to capture them. Izuku, don't worry, we'll let you out once you've calmed down. Tenko, great work everyone, but AFO has awakened Gigantomachia. Izuku, thanks Tenko. Ulrich, brute, Brohal, take him down. Trio, right. They head for Gigantomachia and fight him off with the help of Empty Lady. Brohal, ready boys? Ulrich, as ready as I'll ever be. Brute, let's do this. Brohal, this is my smile full of pleasure. Brute, this is where the crybabies confront us, oh yeah. Ulrich, this world will become pitch black darkness, after all. Ulrich, I beg to destroy all villain hopes and dreams. Trio, because we have all this dark power. Ulrich, painting white pages with black ink of the future. Bruhal, keep on painting. Bruhal, together we get rid of everyone in our way. Brute, get rid of them, oh yeah. Brute, no matter how useless we become on yeah. Ulrich, we are totally useless. Trio, we shall bring about a happy end for this world. Yeah, right now. Brute, as an ogre, I hold this iron rod to show them I am serious on yeah. Bruhal, being lazy and lying to villains is the best. Ulrich, being negative is just an eyesore. Ulrich, to be honest, just put away that false hope. Trio, because evil will never overrun the world from 1,000 miles away. Bruhal, tomorrow is going to be so tragic. Ulrich, you're crying, aren't you? Brute, I'm gonna beat them, even if it is black and blue, oh yeah. Bruhal, go on and beat them. Ulrich, how difficult it has become as I have eaten up your courage. Brute, steering in the right direction on yeah. Trio, let's become insane already and take the world's energy. With our own hands. Ulrich, Urufa hate this and hate that is stupid. It's so meaningless and such a waste to protect. Urufufu. Bruhal. Hee hee hee. It's Broha time. Hi. Childish children from up there. Brute. Ah ha 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 ha. I don't like it when you talk, oh yeah. What is with this combining power thing, oh yeah? Trio. Come on out. Buffoon. Bruhal, painting white pages with black ink of the future. Ulrich, make it a dark black. Ulrich, together we get rid of everyone in our way. Brute, that's right, oh yeah, that's right, oh yeah. Brute, no matter how useless we become, oh yeah. Ulrich, Urufu. Trio, we shall bring about a happy end for this world. Yeah, right now. They managed to defeat Machia and regrouped with Izuku and headed to All Might, who was fighting AFO. AFO, so you think you can stand against me? I will defeat you. Izuku, such silly delusions, that is not how this ends, let's show them, shall we? All of them. All four. The time has come for a happy ending, the big finish when the world rejoices at the fall of All for One. Izuku, and now it's my turn to change. Izuku, Twilight Buffoon, come on down. Twilight Buffoon, Twilight Buffoon. Izuku, and now I'm going to add my power. Izuku, this is the end, AFO. AFO, such high hopes, but do you think you can win? Izuku, we don't think we know. They charged at AFO and started sending a barrage of attacks as well as some good-timed blocks and parries. All Might then comes in and attacks with his smash. He then sees a building about to collapse and a civilian in danger. In his haste, he rushed to the civilian and covered her. As the debris fell on him. AFO, ha, your symbol of peace is no more. Izuku, Oh no, no, no. How can this be? We've lost. Just then he started giggling, and then laughing like a madman. AFO, mind he's lost it. Izuku, ha ha ha. I'm sorry that would be true. Izuku, if he still had the injury, to begin with. AFO, what? Izuku, how do you think he was able to maintain his muscle form? It's because I healed him. AFO and the news reporters turned to the debris and saw All Might and the civilian emerge unharmed. Journalists, ladies and gentlemen, All Might is still alive. Izuku, and now it's time we finish what All Might started. Izuku charges an enormous amount of energy into the buffoon's mouth and releases it. AFO, no, I was so close, how could I lose? Izuku, because you underestimate your opponents, and you take your power from others. All four, and that is why you lose. The blast managed to overpower AFO, and he was finally defeated. Ulrich, we did it. Brute, we won. Brujo, this will be a day to remember. Izuku, we have found our happy ending. They returned to UA and were praised for their victory against AFO, and Himiko and Eri were so happy to have their family together. Many years went by and Izuku and Himiko got married. Izuku is now the new one hero with Himiko as the 8th hero. Ever since the defeat of AFO, the crime rate has decreased significantly due to witnessing Izuku and the trio's power. Speaking of which, the trio now work at UA. As teachers, Ulrich/Ricky is the homeroom teacher of Class 1A, Brute/Rufus is the gym instructor, and Brohos/Margie teaches science, chemistry, and magic. As for Tenko, he became the teacher of a new rehab program Nizu installed for villains who wish to redeem themselves. Just as Izuku had wanted, society had changed as well. The quirkless and villainous quirk users were no longer being mistreated, and all the fake heroes were put on parole for their bad influence on society. Eri now attends UA with Koda and the children of Class 1A students. In the end, Rascal got what he always wanted, a chance at redemption, and a happy ending. That is all. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for all the support, it meant a lot. Don't forget to come to my profile for other amazing stories. Till next time. Izuku, I enjoyed everyone's company. This truly was an amazing story. But don't think that just because it's over it will be the last time you'll ever see me. But that will be for another time. Goodbye, everyone. Eri, say goodbye to the audience. Eri, bye everyone.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.